You've tuned in to the Tag Team Talent Podcast. Here's a guy, now listen to this. Here's a guy who produced comedy, music, and live entertainment for well over 40 years. Isn't that amazing? 40 years? That's older than me. Now he's producing this show. Yes, this very show. Here he is, Scott Edwards.
Hey, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It's the Tag Team Talent Podcast. I have 3 amazingly funny videos for you, and Al Skinner is back. If you've been watching the show, you know that Al is one of the top comic magicians in Northern California, but he's worked all over the world, which was mentioned earlier. Now, you do comedy and magic. Yeah. Do you find that a challenge or an easier way to do magic?
Oh, much easier. Yeah, one time I was on tour and they wanted straight magic. I lasted about one show and then I had to start joking around and stuff like that.
Well, it just seems like I've always been a big fan of magic, and I've had plenty of serious magicians, Great Scott and Martin Lewis, some of the best back in the 80s. Yeah. But when you add comedy, which both those guys had both pure magic and comedy magic, but you get people like yourself or Harry Anderson, Larry Wilson, there's so many good comic magicians. It really is entertaining to the audience. Now, you've been doing a lot of shows. Is there anything that you particularly like to use to kind of close a show as a way to go out?
Because I do a lot of comedy and a lot of involvement with the audience and volunteers like that. I like to kind of wrap it up at the very end. And I have a very large version of this for the stage, but here's a small one. I like to just let the audience know that I really appreciate it. And it says, being an entertainer is a unique opportunity which lets me bring joy into your lives. So, if I can bring a little happiness into your life, I will, because there's nothing that makes me feel better. And this is exactly how I feel.
Bullshit. That's what it led to. That's very funny. Ladies and gentlemen, Al Skinner.
Hey, all right.
Well, that was a great way to lead into our show.
Oh, good.
We have 3 tremendous stand-up comics. The first one is a comedian out of Los Angeles. She's been doing comedy a long time. She has worked my club a couple times back in the 90s. I think you'll enjoy her. Ladies and gentlemen, our first comic, Jan Karam.
Although now that I'm a cougar, now I do pues. Bring it on. Where's that Irish guy? Hashtag Irish, me too. People say if you want something, you should visualize it like Oprah and Tupac Chopra. They say like, whatever it is that you want in your life, if you want a loving relationship, a new car, whatever, just you got to visualize it first. Well, that's a bunch of crap, that visualize stuff, don't you think? I mean, I don't visualize what I don't want, and I have that. Bad relationships, here's a tip on relationships. There's 2 kind of relationships that don't work no matter what. They're doomed to fail. Long distance and close by. I'm Middle Eastern. I know, it's the new Mexican. I'm half and half. My mom is Syrian and my dad is Lebanese. So I hate myself. Oh yeah, by the way, my mom just called. She wants to move back to the Middle East for a while. She just said, just to get away from all the gun violence. Okay. So I'm an actor. Well, I audition a lot. And Hispanic people, they don't want to play the part of a janitor or maid, because it's a negative stereotype. Mr. Johnson, don't forget your juice. Oh, thank you, Juanita. I don't know what to do without you, Juanita. Oh, Mr. Johnson, I like you even though you don't pay me no minimum wages. But I'd gladly take those roles, you know? Because I'm tired of auditioning for the sympathetic wife of a terrorist. But he's a good provider. Please don't take my husband. I know he is ISIS leader. I know he kill, he maim, he bomb. But he has a good heart. Where you go? Don't take. Why you take? That is not explosives in his backpack. That is care package. The bully, hummus, pita bread, things like that. Falafel. Where you go? Don't go. Don't take. Why you take? No. Don't take him. Don't you take. Don't take. No. Don't take.
Jan Karam, ladies and gentlemen.
I like her.
Very funny comedian. She has been doing comedy for a long time. We're all getting a little older. It's interesting how her comedy has adjusted a little bit. And you know, she's talking about things like dating and aging and wanting things in life.
Yeah.
But the acting thing is so funny about Hispanics and people from Iran that are actors and actresses, that they're a Hollywood stereotypes.
Oh, sure.
What a surprise.
Yeah.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we hope you enjoyed that as much as we did. We have some more great comedy. You probably know this guy.
Yes. I don't know him personally, but I'm a big fan.
He's out of Northern California, much like us. Very funny comic. He took a little bit of break. Now he's back doing comedy full time and is traveling around. Back in the day, he did a fair amount of TV and was on the radio a lot out of San Francisco. Good friend of mine, very, very funny guy. Ladies and gentlemen, Tony Camin.
Yeah, one thing I miss about Brooklyn, though. I'm a California. I love being back. But one thing I miss about Brooklyn is there's an attitude, and it's what's funny about it is regardless of your status in life, this Brooklyn attitude, you know? Like a true story. My first week there, I'm in Brooklyn. I'm walking down the street, and I see out of the corner of my eye, briefly, what appears to be a man with his pants down around his ankles, doing some business, as we say in the dog-owning industry, pooping. And I was, you know how sometimes your brain sees something that's so wrong, it like tries to talk you out of it, like, no, it's not that. You know, maybe it's like a stuffed animal or a dog that's been shaved weird. So I go over for what I thought was a very subtle confirmation glance. And then he turns his head, and our eyes meet. And then he says, "What are you looking at?" And I was stunned, because I'm like, how did he gain the upper hand in this situation, you know? It's just like, I fucking had to hand it to him, because you win, buddy. My bad that I have eyes. I mean, it was right in the middle of, it wasn't even behind a dumpster or in a doorway. I guess that's not better, right? Oh, look at that classy guy shitting in a doorway. He must be from France. It's always nice coming home. I took the I-5 up because I'm successful, and I'll tell you, there was one fun thing about the I-5. It's a boring drive, but I like those billboards that the farmers put up. You know, it keeps me. You know where they are politically. You know, and I gotta say, it's not really all over the map. It's kind of a one area they like, you know? And it's different over the years. I'll tell you who they hate right now. It's Newsom. They hate Newsom. Newsom's taking our water. Newsom with the water. Newsom water. And it's like, these dumb farmers, how much water can Newsom drink? I don't know how. People hate Newsom, and I don't know. I think he does a pretty good job for a cocaine vampire because you got to do all that cocaine and you got to get in the coffin, and it's got to be hard to sign all that governor stuff when you're in the coffin. Unless you have one of those lighted pins, but that might hurt him too if he's, I don't know.
Ladies and gentlemen, the very funny Tony Camin. What do you think?
I like him, yeah.
Wasn't it interesting? We all see those signs going up and down 5,
yeah.
and the farmers have such a hate for Newsom, and we definitely have water problems in this state, and I, for one, am anti-Newsom, but it is still, Newscum, but but it's interesting how Tony, who started off in the Bay Area, now works out of LA, but spent some time in New York, obviously could bring it all together. I mean, he touched both coasts. In one comedy set.
Good.
And the thing about the homeless guy and his business, I thought was so funny.
Oh boy, we see enough of that.
Yeah, it is just wrong how things can get turned around on you so quickly. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we've seen Jan, Karam, and Tony Camin, but hey, it's time for the classic rewind.
My favorite part again, as always.
This one's going to be extra special. I know you'll enjoy, Al. Ladies and gentlemen, the Classic Rewind are videos of comics from back in my early club days, and one of our favorite regulars, and probably the most offensive comic, but so funny. He's considered the pit bull of stand-up comedy. That's right, it's Bobby Slayton. He is such a funny guy. I know you'll enjoy him. Let's watch the Comedy Rewind.
I don't know. You Mexican? Are you Mexican? What's your name? Tony. Give me a name for a Mexican. Tony is an Italian name. No, you're not Mexican. You are Mexican. You're both Mexican. That's great. Could you people stick together? Don't try to inbreed with us. Just stay. Mexico is a fine country. You ever go to Mexico? Never been to Mexico. I was down there last month with my girlfriend. Went to Cancun. Went to see the ancient Mayan ruins. Ancient Mayan ruins. Ancient Mayan ruins. Ancient Mayan ruins. Wait. Ancient Mayan ruins? Ancient Mayan ruins. I'm right. I get them. Which is the one with the big black maid? The ancient Mayan ruins. The big black maid made out of stone. That's the. We went to the ancient Mayan ruins. They also have the ancient Mayan ruins. We didn't get to see those. They're both equally as impressive. The ancient Mayan ruins. The Aztecs built the ancient Mayan ruins. Then they have the ancient Mayan ruins. They're both real cool. But it's amazing, dude, because see, Mexicans in America, it's different. Because you're Mexican, you're American, you got a lot to be proud of. But in Mexico, these people, they got a national debt now, what, $96 billion. What did we just do this last month? We lent them another $5 billion. Like they're ever going to pay us back. Like these people are ever going to pay us back. They're never going to pay us back. But see, you make fun of Mexico, in Mexico, what do the Mexicans say to you? Senor, don't make fun of this country. It's a different culture than America. I say, pal, it's not a different culture. It's the same culture we have, only we had it about 5,000 years ago. We've learned how to make roads. We're just a little bit higher on the food chain than you are. You can't even come back into the United States without going through this agricultural inspection and filling out all these forms and all this bullshit. And actually says on the immigration forms, are you bringing back more than $200 worth of merchandise? Now, I don't think in the entire country of Mexico, there's $200 worth of merchandise. Now, so you're very pretty. You're a young Mexican woman. Now, why is it? Now, maybe you guys know. Why is it that every old Mexican woman you see is fat? But every young Mexican woman is skinny. I think the old Mexican women eat the young Mexican women. No, is this what happened? What happened?
Ladies and gentlemen, that was our good friend Bobby Slayton, obviously going off a little bit on Mexico.
Yeah.
But you can see why he was the pit bull of comedy.
Yeah, it's not going to fly nowadays.
Yeah, no, he would not be a successful comic in this woke day and age. But he did do a couple movies, did a lot of, a fair amount of TV, but he was actually really popular on the Alex Bennett show out of San Francisco. Oh. And it was Alex that actually nicknamed him the pit bull of comedy. Because there wasn't anything that Bobby couldn't find some reason to hate.
Well, he maybe would do all right nowadays.
Yeah. Well, a very funny comic. Well, Al, thanks for joining us. Ladies and gentlemen, thanks for coming out. We had Jan Karam, we had Tony Camin, we had Bobby Slayton. A really fun, well-rounded show. Probably upset a few of our American Hispanics. But hey, it's comedy.
Hey, it wasn't us.
Yeah, it wasn't us. We want to thank you for joining us. Thank you for joining us, Al.
My pleasure.
Always great to have you on the show.
Thank you.
Keep an eye out. If you'd like to hire a terrific comic magician, go to
alskinner.net, N-E-T.
alskinner.net and get yourself a great entertainer. Thanks for joining us. We'll be back next week with some more great comedy. Bye.
Thanks for watching the Tag Team Talent Podcast. If you enjoyed this episode, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you'll never miss the next big talent reveal. And don't forget to write in the comments below which performer you thought was best in this episode. We love hearing from you. See you soon.